we're gonna listen to the sisters this morning, Tom, and they got a whole lot to say, especially when it comes to men, especially when it comes to relationships, especially when it comes to a bad man. You know what I'm saying? So, as a man, I'm not just gonna put all females in one category and be like, you know what, all of y'all are scammers. You know, all y'all act the same. I understand that there are good women. I understand that there are bad women. I know that there's imperialistic women. I know it's contentious women. I know that there are just horrible women, but there are good women. Not all females are the same. So we just gonna look at it. You know, your brother, I'm not just gonna throw fire on all they damn heads like that and be all like, well, you know, they all the same. You know what I'm saying? And there's no good one outlook. I would never do that when it comes to a woman like that, or any person or individual, when I know everybody has their own personality and everybody is unique into their own fashion. So we just gonna look at what they saying and some confusion. If they saying something truthful, you know, I'm gonna vouch for it. But if they saying something evil, you know what I'm saying? They just want to put everybody in the same pot. Let's see what they're saying this morning.
Me and patriarchy is, it seeped into even my brain, and I don't even know how the fuck that happened, because I've never liked these niggas. But I want to tell you guys some of the things that they say about us behind closed doors. If you already know what they say, you can keep scrolling. But this is mainly for those naive ass girls who were probably raised religious, because again, like I said, being raised religious as a woman makes you a dumbass, and that's by design. It's not your fault, but you were raised.
That is not true. That is false. You know what I'm saying? There are some good women that don't believe in God. Okay, they don't believe in God, but the majority of women that are good women believe in God. They put something above themselves. They actually know how to honor something above themselves and to be obedient. Just because a woman has to be obedient to a man, is that man obedient to God? That's where a lot of females, they mess up. You know what I'm saying? They mess up a whole lot when they sit up there and they be all like, well, I pick a religious man, or I pick a man that's spiritual, and then he shows that woman that he is not. That is just cover. That is just deception. That is just words that he is using. So you can't really say that all men truly serve God if you don't see God in them, and the way they act, and the way they talk, and the way they treat people, and the things that they want. So just because anybody, man or woman, can say, oh, I love God, but are they showing you that they love God? Okay, let's continue.
To be a stupid bitch, because probably you were raised with religion. And if you're raised to worship men, what type of shit are you going to put up with from them? You know? So like, it goes so deep, but like, some things that men say about women, where to start. They tell their friends how tight you are. Like, you know how like girls will talk about how big a man is? Like, oh my God, he had a Coke bottle dick. Like, that's the type of shit that me and my friends talk about. A man.
See, right there, you already messing up. Ain't no man gonna be friends with a woman. Men only want sex from women. Get off the top. I don't care what he says. I don't care what religious that he in, or even if he gay or not. You know what I'm saying? A true man is only gonna want sex from a woman. So I don't believe men and women can be friends. I don't believe that at all.
Man who doesn't like you but slept with you anyway is going to go back to his friends and tell them that you had no walls, that you were busted out, that you were loose as fuck, because they don't understand female anatomy, and they don't understand that just like how penises can come in different sizes, women's vaginas also come in different sizes, and their dick probably just didn't fit yours, and so they're going to go back and...
No ma'am. You know what I'm saying? No ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're a woman who's promiscuous and you having a whole lot of sex with a lot of different men, you're not going to have a natural size. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have that, because the more sex that you have, the more looser that you are. So what she's saying doesn't make any sense at all. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's true what she said about it. Okay, if she turned that around and put it towards a man, then it would be plausible. It would be factual. But what she's saying is a lie unless she's a whore. And I know a lot of y'all probably don't want to hear that early this morning time, but we're just listening to the women. We're just listening to what they're saying.
Tell everybody that you will blow the fuck out. like to abandon women in public because that's another way of asserting power. And so my best friend is a gay man, and he talks about how anytime he's hung out with straight men, they get off on like abandoning women and leaving them standing there alone, because the more nonchalant you can act and the more you can not give a fuck about the consequences or what happens to other people, the more manly you are. Like, that's what makes you a manly man under patriarchy.
That is the most dumbest thing I have ever heard in my lifetime. But continue.
So my best friend would constantly stay behind with the girls that were left behind, whether it was like a girl blacked out at a party or just like a girl that was standing there talking to a bunch of guys and the guys just walked off and left her there, because he was like, he first of all, he was gay, so he wasn't trying to hit the same patriarchal markers as a lot of the other men, but also he was like, I don't see a point in being mean to this person just because they're a girl. Like, that's insane. So like, most of the time, like, they will abandon you just to show you that they don't care, and that's a way of them telling you that they're more powerful than you. How many times have you seen a man or heard about a man or experienced a man leaving a woman behind and like walking so far ahead of her that he doesn't even notice?
Once more again, you're talking about an immature man. Immature man. Then you're talking about a man that don't want you. Then you also talking about a man that just wants to use you for sex. We are not all the same. We don't have all the same wants. But it's true what you said in the beginning of this, to a certain degree. Because you said that a man can be friends with a woman. That is incorrect. That is false. You know what I'm saying? That is false. That I don't see that in any relationship like that. I don't, because over a period of time, that man is going to try to get into that woman's panties. But you can't put all men in the same damn category like that. Sounds like an immature person that you're dealing with that's using you, that don't see no value in you. And I wouldn't be around somebody that doesn't see any value in me.
That she's gotten an Uber and went home. They're trying to show you how much they don't give a fuck about you. They're trying to demonstrate how much they don't care and how much power they have over you just by the sake of not caring. And so when you don't pick up on it and you're like, oh, I don't know why he's doing this, like da-da-da-da, and you act stupid about it, you act naive, and you act like you don't know why he's doing that, he hates you even more because he's like, this stupid bitch doesn't even realize what I'm doing. What a dumbass. Like, I keep watching this video over and over again to get ready to post it, and then I think of like even more examples. It makes them feel so much more powerful if they can manipulate and talk you into sleeping with them. They don't want women who actually want to sleep with them. They want to feel like they've manipulated you into it so that they can feel like they have power over you. Because if you just consent to sleeping with them and it's just like an equal exchange, they don't want to be equal, they want to be over you. In those moments when you're being really sincere and you're like talking, or you're like talking to your man and you're just hanging out with him and you've got your head on his chest and you're pillow talking it the fuck up, he goes back and he tells his friends, yeah, I got...
My bad. I'm still over here trying to take a shower. I ain't heard baby girl all the way out. I ain't heard her all the way. This is my first time hearing her all the way out. But some people will always blame God for their shortcomings. Anything that happened to them in their lifetime, God is the first one that they gonna blame. And it don't even really matter. It don't even really matter if they was the cause of whatever the occurrence was. So because of them, something went wrong in their life, they gonna have an animosity and a hatred towards God. I learned that a lot of people, they will always take out their shortcomings on God. Always. They won't be grateful. They won't be thankful. And the saddest thing about it is just because they're at the grown age that they are, they will never grow up spiritually. They will always walk around with an animosity and a hatred towards God on any situation that they might have. Your brother Israel, I got to worship. I got to serve and worship and praise the name of my God in my good times, all my bad times. If I'm doing good, if I'm doing bad, if it all look good, if it all look bad, it don't matter. I'm going to praise and worship God. But I had to learn. I had to grow. I had to grow spiritually. I couldn't stay spiritually immature to sit up there and blame God. But a lot of people that don't learn God will never know him, won't know how he act. And they'll just be sitting there talking. But a lot of people will make mistakes, have follies, have shortcomings, have woes, and they'll just blame God for it. You know what I'm saying? They'll never grow in their relationships. They'll never grow spiritually, and they'll always use God as a default, like he a default button setting to where they could just reset all of their problems and all their woes and all of their stress all over again. Okay, young lady, continue. My bad.
I've been in those conversations where the man is like, yeah, I got that bitch right where I want her. Like, she has no idea. And they will not take accountability when you guys break up. Because when you guys break up, he's just going to go and get another woman. Like, they really struggle with being single because since their femininity has been ripped from them, they're really empty on the inside. And they need a woman to add value and
That is a lie. You know what I'm saying? That is a lie. But then I guess that she gets confused with what a real boy is and a man. She looking at a boy thinking that the boy is a man. Miss, that is not accurate. You know what I'm saying? That is not accurate. You know what I'm saying? A real man can be by himself for the rest of his life, and he'll never need a woman like that. So you can't really say that. You know what I'm saying? I was never grown up. I was never taught, you know what I'm saying, to so much of not catering for a woman. I cater for the woman that I love, but I was never taught to sit up there and have feminine emotions. A man doesn't have feminine emotions. So where's the attachment that he would need a longing to constantly have a woman in his life like that? That is a lie. That is incorrect. Or maybe you got a real man mixed up with a boy. Just because a person can grow a grown up age doesn't mean that they're mature. And a lot of the men that you're sitting here talking about are boys. You know what I'm saying? Are boys because I'm a man. And all me and my brothers, we don't act like that. Never have and never will.
color and meaning to their lives. So when you guys break up, you're sitting there heartbroken and trying to think about where it all went wrong, and you're going to therapy and you're going on a healing journey. And meanwhile, this man is just trying to find another woman to get his dick wet. I've watched it happen multiple times. If you are a woman who has had multiple sexual partners, and it doesn't matter if you've had 2 sexual partners or if you've had 20 sexual partners or if you've had 200 sexual partners, they're going to slut shame you to their friends and to their next girlfriend. Because when I was 19 or 20, a guy was telling me that he didn't want to date his ex anymore because, and I quote, "Do you know how many motherfuckers would be able to come up to me and ask me how does my dick taste?" He felt like she had sex with too many people, and whereas he was also fucking her, he didn't feel like she was good enough to make his girlfriend because she was too promiscuous. Mind you, he was just as promiscuous as her, if not more. But in his mind, it wasn't the fact that she was promiscuous that's the problem. It's the fact that other men would be able to make fun of him about her promiscuity. That was the issue. Do you know?
I don't understand why a woman thinks she can be a man. Now, nowadays, the society that we live in, they say that everybody's equal. Everybody's equal. To a certain degree, I would say that people are average, but I don't think people are equal. There is no person that is equal to another person. So just put that on the board. You know what I'm saying? Put that on the board. Ain't nobody equal to nobody. So how is a man going to be equal to a woman? Women think, well, I can't say all women, just women that have this mindset, that have a horse mindset, because ain't nothing. And you be like, oh, Jehosa, you going in on her this morning time. But look what she said about promiscuity. Look what she said about sex. You know what I'm saying? Sex is a holy thing. I'm a man. I'm not just, but I'm a spiritual man, and I'm grown up in God. I'm not gonna be sitting up here passing all my DNA out to all these women like that. And in the culture of my belief, of my traditions, is if I lay with a woman, that automatically makes that woman my wife. So why would I want to sit up there and pass my seed around town, and then I got to care for all these women? I'm looking up and I got 30 to 40 and 50 different concubines. No, you know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? It is written that a man shall depart from his father's house and be joined to his wife, and they become one flesh. So the whole culture of what she's talking about is just a horse culture. That's all she talking about. She talking about men that are actually whoremongers. There is a man that is a whoremonger that makes women into whores. But there's some women that are naturally, they're just going to be a whore. You know what I'm saying? But from what I do know is a real man ain't going to be sleeping around with all these different women. But then again, you have to look at that man as different because he has value, he has structures, he has morals, he has principles, he has ethics. Not all men have all of those values. They don't have morals like that. They don't have anything like that. And then you expecting a man that don't have any morals, and he's not just, he's not a cute or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? He don't have no type of principles of any type of structures. And you expecting that man to be a good man? That makes no sense. But carry on, ma'am. Go ahead, miss.
How many motherfuckers could come up to me and ask me how my dick tastes? Right. When they go out of their way to lie to you and manipulate you and like change your entire sense of reality, they think you're stupid for falling for it, which makes them hate you even more. No, mind you. So like, if a man is like being manipulative, being abusive, whatever.
I'm sorry, sister. I got to get some more sisters in here. I can't. You long-winded and all the things. Maybe we'll come back to what you're saying. But if I was you, I would trade some of my values up and I would look for a person that actually has principles and morals. I wouldn't be so lascivious in my sexual activities if I'm looking for a good man. Ain't nothing promised. You can't expect all your cards to fall into you having a righteous man in your life if you're not a righteous woman and you're not living accordingly. So you're only gonna find men that are like you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna find no good man with what you have said and how loose that you are, how promiscuous that you are with your sex. Not gonna find a good man like that. But what you're gonna find is what you've been had, and you'll always have a disdain and always have a hatred towards men. You will always blame God for the bad things that happen to your life in your life. Never take accountability for none of your actions. Always blame him. We have good times and we have bad times, but let's get some more men hating females up here this morning time to see what their mindset is.
Told me that if given the opportunity, a man will take everything from you. They come into your life to take. They will take your time, energy, resources, health, mental health, your womb, your body.
I'll let you finish, sister. And some of my brothers and sisters, they think I'm going hard on y'all this morning time. But a man is a natural giver. He is. I'm a natural giver, but I'm not going to give up my good attributes and all of my substance to a woman that doesn't deserve it. I think you got it confused. You know what I'm saying? I think you got it confused like the last chick that I brought up in here between a user, a man that is a user and a man that is abuser, and then a man that doesn't have any values. Me personally, I'm a natural giver. You know what I'm saying? I'm a natural giver. God has given me all this different stuff. I'm not going to keep it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be getting little boys mixed up with men. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Y'all be with these little boys for so long and they only take. So that's all you think. But you've never really been with a man. You know what I'm saying? So it is a difference. It's a difference, you know what I'm saying, between a boy and a man. It's a difference between a man that has values, ethics, and morals and principles, comparisons to a boy that does not care and playing games. I don't play games with women. I don't. A man has too much to lose. His mind, his heart, his value of the substance that he already belongs. So I think a lot of y'all females, y'all really never seen a man before. All y'all been dealing with is boys, and that's what y'all like. So y'all can complain about it. That's what y'all like, to get something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Something to talk about amongst your own females.
Your beauty, your radiance, your personality, your thoughts, every single thing. She said, women now don't have to deal with and put up with the things that they had to deal with and put up with in the past, because we have been given the opportunity to be educated and have our own. She used to say, why would you tie yourself to a man when you don't have to? We had to do that in order to survive. Y'all don't have to do that. There's no reason for you to be tying your survival in your life to a man when you don't have to. Go get your education, because these men, a lot of them aren't worth the ground that they crawled out of. And they don't do nothing but come into your life to take. My grandma told me that if you...
Once more again, it's different classifications of different men. I know men that my other brothers out here in this world, they did every single thing for they woman. Some of them, the relations lasted. Some of them, they didn't. But when it was all said and done, they were still good men. To sit up here and promote loneliness to other females, and then we wonder why it's a female epidemic on loneliness, and all you hear on the internet is all these women crying out because they ain't got nobody and they ain't got no man. Just look at what y'all saying to each other. Y'all put us all in the same boat, expecting us to have all of the same nature, and we do not. I do not expect all women to be holy. I don't believe that every single woman is a virtuous woman. I don't believe in those same virtues is what a man needs in his life. So we make mistakes because we go out here and we pick worldly women for the world, and then then we lose, you know what I'm saying, when they go out and they keep on acting like the world. There is a difference in women. Also, there's a difference in men. We are all not of the same. Some people are worldly, some people are spiritual. That's the only difference in between people right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just some people just don't care about nothing and they only about themselves. But you cannot put us all in the same category to sit up here and promote loneliness to anybody. That is sad. I would never tell my brothers just give up. You know what, brother? Just give up on women. We don't need women. That's sad. But since these females have had some bad relationships, we've all had bad relationships, you know what I'm saying? But what is the promotion that they're giving? You know what I'm saying? Just because you had a failed relationship, you got to don all of us, doesn't make any sense. Let's get some more people up in here this morning.
An angry broke man is a man that will unalive you. Do not, I'm telling you, don't call no nigga broke and he really broke. Cause that nigga, I'm telling you, that shit is not gonna end well. It's best you leave their ass alone when they down and when they fucked up. And when they ain't got no job and when they ain't even trying to get their stuff up. An angry broke man is a man that will unalive you. Do not,
I believe what she's saying is true. I believe what she's saying is true. But in the opposite of that, a woman that doesn't have anything going for herself can be a danger to a man. So if a woman that doesn't have anything going for herself can be a danger to a man, why wouldn't a broke man not do what she say? You know what I'm saying? So I believe on both of those categories, women and men are the same of that nature. A woman,
telling you, don't call no nigga broke.
A woman that don't got nothing going for her life, all she could do is take from me and use me until she can't use me no more. Probably try to get me messed up in the streets or something like that. So how would that be any different from that broke man? So I do believe what she's saying.
If you have more than 3 baby daddies, you're just a certified cum bucket at this point. You literally have no self-worth and no value to yourself. And you guys go on these dating sites and you're like, oh, I need a good man. You do not. You need to fucking repent and pray to Jesus. You need to go to a nunnery. You clearly do not make good decisions. You are clearly not wifey material, because at the end of the day, if 3 men, more than you've been with clearly way more than 3, just you were able to trap 3, and who knows how many you didn't keep. So it's kind of like for y'all just come on here on these dating sites like, oh, I have 5 kids and 4 baby daddies. I have this and this. And the fact that you guys are saying it without any shame is fucking ridiculous to me. I'm like, is this an American thing? Is this everywhere? Like, where is this even taking place? Because the disgust that I feel, I don't even see how men even feel comfortable dating women these days. And it's like, bro, okay, 2 baby daddies, okay, cool. Even 3 is fucking pushing it. If that 3rd baby daddy is not your husband, bitch, dude, you're just whack as fuck. You're weird as fuck. You have no morals. You have no sense of fucking self-worth. And you're probably gonna raise your children to be the exact same way. Fucking a pack of welfare queens, fucking nothing going for themselves. So the bitch who got something going for herself is not gonna step here and let multiple people fucking get her pregnant. That's just what's not gonna happen at all. You know what I mean? So it's like, you clearly all are a pack of fucking loser ass bitches if you're just sitting here getting pregnant, having kid after kid after kid, probably to keep your benefits going. You know what I mean? And it just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense for a logical person to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we slip up, have that first one, slip up, I might have that second one. You know what I mean? But after that, you are literally just a certified cum rag at that point.
Okay, I believe what she says.
To be the exact same way, fucking up.
Okay, I believe what she says. I really do, because it's a lot of different people, not just women, not just men. From my understanding with the modern woman, all the women, if you catch any woman that will sit up here and say that she don't want no man, and she has a vitriol, a hatred towards man, that hatred that she has is for God. It has already been written for a woman to fulfill her role is for her to serve a man. And you'd be like, whoa, what do you mean like that? Because if she can't serve a man, she'd never be able to serve God. Women don't like that. They don't like that God said that. They don't want to follow with that. Anytime, you know what I'm saying? Anytime you catch a woman and she'll sit up there and say, I don't need no man. It's not so much directed at the man. even though she haven't found a good one. It's directed at God. It's an actual vitriolic hatred towards God that is displayed through her verbal responses of what she's saying. That's what I learned about women like that. I learned that the majority of women that don't want a man, they really don't like God like that. You know what I'm saying? Any man, any woman that would sit up there and say she don't need a man and she has that hatred, because there are some women in this world that they really don't need a man, but they want one. You know what I'm saying? They don't really need one, but they want one. But even though they don't have one, they don't have a hatred towards men. But the women some of the women that I have brought up, they got a hatred towards men. And that hatred stems from their obedience that they have to have towards God. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. You know what I'm saying? The whole female movement, like the first chick that I brought up, she doesn't want to be obedient to God. She doesn't see no need of having a man. Remember, she said all that liberation and homogeny. She was talking about all that different stuff she was talking about. All of that stems from the fact that she doesn't want to follow God's commandments, laws, and statutes, and she want to live her life the way that she want to live her life. Remember, there's two different type of people over here. You know what I'm saying? There's spiritual people and there's worldly people. I can do whatever the hell I want to do, but I'm only going to do what God allows me to do. And to enact his judgment over my life. I'm only going to do what he want me to do, not what I want to do. And the people that don't want to give in to God, they want to live their life however they want to live. But they lash out in society at men with all this vitriol of hatred that they got towards men. Talk about you don't need no man, you need this. Once you just really come out and say it, you don't want God in your life.